Footsteps in Siege are a layered sound, not just one frequency, and a lot of the directional audio cues that we hear sit somewhere between 120 Hz and 15 kHz. And when we look at a plot spectrum, a few peaks jump out, roughly around 125, 160, 350, and 600 Hz. Those are some of the main frequency areas that shape the sound of a footstep. And then above that, there are smaller details, like gear movement, ADS, and other subtle sounds that can give away position. And then too much low end, or rumble, can also mask some of the key footstep details, especially around 125 and 160 Hz. And to set our baseline audio chain, I'll need to start with the in-game and the Windows audio settings that I use. I set dynamic range to low, music off, 48K was my sample rate, spatial sound is off, and loudness equalization is off. That way, for this comparison, Sonar and APO are the only meaningful variables. Spatial sound being off, the reason why is it can change perceived loudness and positioning, which makes it a lot harder to judge footsteps fairly in a Sonar versus APO comparison. So to save myself any headaches, when I'm testing, I make sure that spatial sound is off. And loudness equalization is off because this is some form of Windows compression and I have zero control over it, so I don't use it. Alright, with the baseline set, let's jump into Equalizer APO using Piece and I'll show you how to apply the EQ. We'll start with referencing the Sonar EQ settings. I'll pop them up on the screen here because there's some changes we'll be making. Sonar has some built-in limitations, but we can fully expand the EQ using APO and Piece. We'll begin with 70 Hz, and instead of minus 12 dB, we'll set this to minus 20. Because Sonar has a built-in limit of plus or minus 12, I found that in my testing, the best possible results were with minus 20 on the low shell filter. Then we'll add 350 Hz, still going to add 4 dB, but then we'll apply a Q of 0.3. This is a minor change, but Sonar also has a limit of a 0.5 Q floor. So what this means is that in APO, this increase will be slightly wider. It'll add just a minor boost to 125 and 600 Hz. And finally, we'll grab 3000 Hz, we'll add 4 dB, and we'll select the high shell filter. Nothing has changed here. Both Sonar and APO are applying a treble boost in much the same way. Alright, with the EQ done, this is still only half of the solution. We need to open up the loudmax VST plugin to see what changes we're going to be making to the compression. Sonar does compression a bit differently. Effectively, it's a slider from 0 to 100, but I don't have a dB value to associate it with. In Siege, dynamic range was set to low, and with smart volume on, it's roughly equivalent to maybe 7 or 8 dB of compression. But with loudmax, I found better results up to 12 dB, and this helps to make the quietest sounds pop just a little bit more. Make sure to link both the threshold and the outbound sliders, and then pull down to minus 12. And to show you what this difference might sound like, we'll take a look at how Sonar versus APO EQ performs. The way I'll do it is I'll present the default clip first, followed by the Sonar clip, and finally the APO clip. The Sonar clip was an improvement over the default audio, but the APO clip, in my opinion, was even better. You can hear the improvements made to the EQ, and especially the compression, which, to be honest, is doing most of the heavy lifting here. But because Siege has low background noise, we can really crank up the compression. It really makes the quietest sounds pop without turning everything else into a mess. In other games, with a lot of ambient noise, this would sound awful, but in Siege I find that it works really well. One question that I keep seeing about Sonar and APO is about latency. Does this add any noticeable latency? So I ran a same system loopback latency test using the same audio interface, my Motu M2, the same clip and the same method each time. For Sonar, I ran the test 5 times and I averaged the results. And on my system, Sonar added roughly 67 milliseconds of total round-trip latency. And then I ran the same 5-pass test with Equalizer APO, and this was with Peace and the loudmax VST plugin. This came in at about 11.3 milliseconds. So on my particular setup, using my settings, APO was much lower latency than Sonar. Let's start with the simple mistakes first. It's important to double check and to make sure that any additional processing is disabled. So I'm talking about 3D audio, spatial sound, all of that. This will wreak havoc on positional audio when compression is applied. And while compression can help, it's not really a one-size-fits-all. If 12 dB feels too aggressive on your setup, then you can slowly dial it back until it feels just right. On my own system, I wouldn't go past 9 dB, but that part really does depend on your setup. Your headphones matter too. Different headphones will change how this EQ sounds, especially when it comes to things like treble or maybe the body of the footstep. Small tweaks here can make a big difference. So I would adjust the EQ in 1 dB increments and let your ears be the final judge. Alright, let me know what you think of this new format. Do you want to see more videos like this? If you think that I left something out that you want me to test or you want me to cover, drop a comment and let me know. I think that's everything that I wanted to cover. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.